The government is shut down, but crypto is up. Does that mean crypto is going to be the safe haven play that bails us out of this debt? We'll talk about that and two juicy stories for XRP. We'll mix in a little price action, talk about big players buying more XRP.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Here's your BTC chart for the last month. Notice anything strange? Yeah, it's up as the government shutdown approached. Safe haven assets for crypto. Look at the gold chart for the month. Up big since government shut down. Look at the alts. They're roaring as well. Is crypto the escape plan? Now, before we get into news, you know the deal. You, the viewer, matter most. That's where I share your comments at the beginning of every video. Suzuki Double I says, thanks for bringing us the news, Klaus. Watch out on the fake out. Don't sell anything. And remember, crypto is still fairly range bound. XRP is sub $3 level. BTC isn't anywhere near all-time highs. We are moving up, but we're still in the friend zone. But will crypto roar once the government shutdown ends? Love it, Suzuki. Paul C says it's probably a good move overall for David and Ripple and XRP. The more I think about it, the more I think David leaving the CTO role is great for XRP. Why? He's going to be doing stuff within the XRPL ecosystem. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I think this is big. I think David leaving Ripple, because remember, Ripple was focused mostly on RLUSD. And what's David's real passion? XRP and XRPL. So now that dude isn't going to be working on all the RLUSD stuff. He's going to be working on his passion project. Yes, I think it's going to be a good thing with David going. Kevin Quilliam says, thanks, Klaus. I'm just going to go away with you. Vacation time. I know. It's going to be vacation time soon enough. And when it is vacation time, the market's going to really, really roar. Bitcoin, 119,151. We know that market's going to get excited once you break that 120 mark. ETH is 43.91, so ETH is moving well. XRP at that $3 mark, so we're still in the friend zone, but better than where we've been. HBAR fans, we're at 22.72. Sol's at 226, while XLM's at 40 cents. Altcoin season right now is at 67 out of 100. So we're starting to have a little bit of rebound from the lows of 56 that we saw a couple days ago. Look, the market is very optimistic. That's why I have my green light in the background, because I'm trying to be optimistic as well. Volume is 187 billion this morning, with the market cap touching 4.09 trillion. Bitcoin hits a 2-month high at 118,000. ETH, XRP, and Doge rocket higher. Trader notes, Dan Crypto emphasized October's historical strength, but cautioned seasonality should not be the sole basis for trading decisions. It's not. We're optimistic that we're going to get regs this month. Crypto wants it and needs it. Currently, Bitcoin is on a streak of 6 consecutive green Octobers. Let's call them Uptobers, everyone. With the past 6 months aligning closer with average returns. All right. So overall, October been a very juicy month for crypto. Government shutdown, not juicy, but the markets are defying it because they're looking forward to more rate cuts from Jerome Powell, ETF news, and the reg news. But first, Vivopower secures another $19 million to expand their XRP treasury. Nice. This is after they already completed a $121 million deal, so now they're buying even more. Vivo International closed a $19 million equity raise, priced at $6.05 a share, executed at premium to its latest market close. The company says the proceeds will fund its XRP-based treasury strategy and help service debt, underscoring its push into deeper digital assets. The new financing follows Vivopower's $121 million placement earlier this year. The firm disclosed at the time that it's intended to restructure operations and spin off legacy businesses, redirecting capital towards digital assets and payment infrastructure. My thinking is this Vivopower story. You're going to hear a shit ton more like this once we get the regs with altcoins. Why is this? Well, because a lot of companies out there are like, yo, we don't want to have the SEC up our butts, because remember, as of right now, we're still using executive orders and stuff from this current president. But if we get an anti-crypto president, all these companies would be effed, right? So these companies are waiting for the regs. We saw that with stablecoins. We're going to see it now with the altcoins. Vivopower shares jump after a $19 million raise. I wanted to share this with you because now this one, they got a 34% gain on buying XRP. They went from 450 to 605. That's a really good sign, and it helps that XRP is going up. So now you got Vivopower, a little bit of XRP news, and you got this. XRP may rebound after Ripple CTO shifts advisory role. I'm with this. The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm thinking David quitting as a CTO role is probably the best thing for XRP. Look, let's just be real here. Everything Ripple has done lately really has been about RLUSD. We talked about their new program, right? They had a Franklin Templeton program. They had a VanEck program. They had all these different programs come out. They had a BlackRock one with, I think it was Treasuries. It was all settled with RLUSD. There wasn't XRP used for anything. Even when Ripple did their payment hub, all XRP was not included, but RLUSD was. And we're seeing more and more that RLUSD is their preferred mechanism. So now David is like, yeah, but RLUSD isn't my passion, XRP is. Schwartz has been with Ripple for more than 13 years and a founding contributor to the XRP ledger. He confirmed he will keep experimenting with XRPL nodes and novel use cases while shifting responsibility. He said, the last few months I've been tinkering on the side, spinning up my own XRPL node and publishing its output data, researching other use cases for XRP besides what Ripple is focused on more. And that's the key. If David can unlock or crack open some big, juicy XRP usage, that's going to be massive for the ecosystem. Look, all of Ripple's announcements are awesome, right? But they benefit who? Ripple, the company, and private shareholders. David Schwartz is like, yo, I don't want to work on RLUSD. I want to work on XRP-related stuff. So having David put his brain power into that, I think is probably one of the best things that we could hear with XRP. Now, that being said, overall, the market is on up. Fear and Greed Index, we're at 51 out of 100. XRP's volume at $5.6 billion. We're getting near that friend zone. Here's the 7-day for you. Where we saw lows at 270, but we're getting close to that $3. And you see, we're kind of like running out of steam a little bit. Now, zooming out, what do you notice? Yeah, we've touched $3 before, but we sold off. In fact, we touched $3 darn near close on the 24th of September, but we couldn't hold it. So now we're going to break it, and that's what I want to talk about right here. We got rejected right here, and then all of a sudden, we hit those lows of 270, and we're on our way up. Gold's on its way up. BTC's on its way up. Crypto, is that the exit plan for government debt? If the government can't pay their bills, is crypto going to be used? Well, that's what a lot of players are speculating right now. The thing is this. Government shutdown, we all knew it was going to happen. We know it's going to last a little bit, and we're going to get news updates on when the shutdown is over. Don't worry, I'll bring them to you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out. But here's the thing. The crypto market just doesn't look at one thing. We're not just focused on, oh, government shutdown, we all suck. We're focusing on strategic reserves. We're focusing on players moving into roles that are beneficial for XRP. We're focusing on regs, and we're focusing on ETFs and rate cuts. All of that is positive news. Government news negative, but the rest of that is positive. So yeah, short-term speed bump with the government negativity, but overall the market is like, look, this is the fourth quarter. This is where we're supposed to get all our juicy stuff. All that kicking the can down the road with the SEC, with regulators, with Jerome Powell, it's got to come to head somewhere, and this is the quarter it's coming to head to. So XRP, BTC, ETH, and the rest of our favorites out there in the green, yeah, because we got juicy stuff coming up this quarter. We can look past the government, and we also can look at David Schwartz leaving Ripple as a good thing for XRP. Because let's be honest, Ripple has done everything for RLUSD and its private shareholders and hasn't used XRP for shit. So I guess it's good that David's stepping down because now he can focus on his true passion and maybe release a product in the XRPL ecosystem that'll drive some real growth and usage. Now, the Democrats and Republicans have some more meetings scheduled in order to get closer to a deal with the shutdown, and I'll have those updates for you. We're also going to talk more about these companies and their strategic reserves. This is going to be a growing trend in crypto as the regs come into play. See, right now we don't even have like a markup date, right? So the companies that are like, like itching on it, they're like, oh, I kind of want to put my money into it. I just don't know yet. They're going to wait. They're going to wait till there's confirmation that we've got markup votes, that it passes the Senate, it passes the House. You're going to see that. And then once that happens, I'm going to be reporting to you on a whole bunch more companies buying XRP, buying BNB, buying everything alt-wise for their strategic reserves. And the market's also going to be going, well, wait. Government shutdown negative? We got the ETFs coming up. That's right. The SEC can only delay for so long. And then what? Yeah, and then the juice hits. So I get it. It's frustrating with the government shutdown. All governments seem to be a little bit behind the times. I was doing a video on the UK yesterday. The UK government was like, yo, we want to be a crypto authority in the world. Yeah, but you don't have regs either. So you have all these countries out there saying they want to be the crypto capital of the world, but ain't doing shit on a timely basis about it. That's all right. We can wait. We're crypto fans. We had to wait for how many painful years with Gensler? Yeah, that sucked ass. And now here we are, 5x from that action, and we're like, oh, $3 is boring. See, everyone? XRP's on the way up, and the prices that we're having right now are becoming normalized. That's right. $3 XRP is becoming normalized. It doesn't excite the community anymore, which means the community wants more, and we're going to get that in the fourth quarter. October? Yeah. White Sox baseball in October? No. Better juicy action with crypto in October? Yes, and I'll bring it to you. Choo-choo what? Well, look at the screen behind me. Choo-choo bitches.